Welcome back, everybody, to Everybody Loves Juju 1-2 Talk Soup from your host, Juju. This is week 13 of AP Top 25 rankings. And for those of you like me who follow the USC Trojans and are faithful to the Trojan tribe, um, we didn't quite crack it. I'll just get straight to the point before I read them off. We didn't quite crack the top 25. We got one vote for Southern Cal. Still excited about obviously the Trojans. The light went on with the big victory against Iowa. I was in attendance. It was very exciting. I was able to witness Trojan basketball with the talent that we have, and it was great hoops for them. They're appearing to be what I would call a dark horse in this race. Um, the hope is to continue to win out in February, which would definitely give us a strong contention, I believe, and a good seed in the March Madness tournament. And I don't think any team would want to see us below the top four teams, obviously, because we're a dark horse. We're somebody that can catch you slipping if you're not prepared. So I still have high hopes for our floor to be the Sweet 16 and high ceiling to be Elite Eight. If they play Trojan ball, if the Trojans come out swinging, put their high intensity defense, high intensity scoring, Kara Dunn being one of the best small bigs guards in the country, in my opinion, doing her thing. Jazzy Davison being ranked number 5 in stock, steals, and blocks in the country, as well as Lundeezy with her magnet 3 ball, along with one of the best defenders, in my opinion, in the country, Kennedy Smith, along with the much improved interior front court with players like Laura Williams and Viv Awachuchu and Gerta Rasalete. And I hope to see much more improvement and grit and toughness from them. And I think that we could catch some teams off guard and continue to keep the streak alive of Coach Lindsay NCAA tournament appearances, which she, I'll talk about that at a later date, that she's in her 5 years or more has shown up, more than 5 years, I'd say, that she showed up to these tournaments ready to go. And I believe all the experience that she's acquired in her career, from Final Four appearances, NCAA appearances, Pac-12 championship, Big Ten regular season championship, Coach of the Years, the things that she's done in her short time just here in Southern Cal has been, to me, noteworthy and notable, and never in a discussion of hiring or firing and all this other BS that I hear going on. You know nothing about basketball if that's what you're thinking. Good morning, Farrell. Good morning, Kayla. Yes, sir. Thank you, Farrell. It was a good win. I was there. It was a good win, solid win. No gimmicks. No, this team was lacking this and this Iowa was lacking that. They just got their chain pulled. And they went over to UCLA. But at least they enjoyed the beach. They went on the beach. They rode some bikes. They got to get a whiff of Southern Cal sunshine. And it was like a vacation for them. So, you know, obviously it didn't hurt them too much in the rankings, as I'll be able to go over. So, Kayla, I hope everything's going well with you. How you been? Looks like we're gonna have something up in Sacramento. What the first 2 rounds teams will be out in Sacramento. Let me know if you're going to be there. Yeah, I noticed Aaliyah Crump is back, but she had like 12 points or something like that. Aaliyah Crump, I've been telling people. I think with Aaliyah Crump being back and scoring as well as she did, I don't like that Jordan Lee is kind of like fading. Like they're gonna have to be able to make it all work. But I think as I mentioned that Aaliyah Crump, and I felt Preston help too. Um, I believe that Leah Crump makes Texas even more solid, even more dangerous. So LSU is back at Texas on Thursday. Okay, good call. Thank you, Farrell. That's good. Good call. And I gotta say, LSU is looking pretty tight too. To be able to sit your starters down and still score 100 points. I think people need to stop sleeping on LSU if you are sleeping on LSU. So what you got, Farrell? You said you got Texas winning by the way, Farrell, you said that if I'm not mistaken, you said that USC would win against Iowa. Good call, if that's what you said. And I think you said, what did you say? Did you say 15 points or something like that? But I think we won by 12. I think we put the medal off, took the metal pedal off the metal. So good call, Farrell. So I'm gonna be checking out your call. You and Chicago's takes. You guys have been right on point. So we gotta find out. I gotta get your yeah, you did, Farrell. Thank you for that. So I gotta start taking predictions and wins from you guys before the game because I called Mississippi winning, Mississippi State doing their thing. I don't think anybody saw that, but I like Madison. I think her name is Madison Francis. So no, LSU did look nice yesterday, didn't they? Didn't they? Yeah. So I like you guys giving me your predictions because you guys are nailing it. So I need your crystal ball on a couple of things with USC coming up when we play. I'm a little concerned with us playing Illinois, and I'm a little bit concerned with us playing in February Ohio State. These are my two teams, but I don't want to overlook any of the others, whether there be Northwestern, Penn State, um, what's the other, Wisconsin or something like that. I don't want nobody coming up and slipping on it, but I am going to keep. We are going to have to focus. Um, Illinois and Ohio State were playing away, so I want to hear what you guys have to say when the time comes. The Tigers are the number one offense and the number two defense in the country. Ooh. LSU look nice. I've got the Tigers winning by 10, 80-70 in Austin. Okay. Mississippi also got upset by Missouri. They'll do something good and then they'll drop. See, that's the thing I don't want to see us do. And yesterday, the way Rutgers won the first quarter, it's like we came out sloppy. They were really physical. It came out sloppy, and we got back into making early turnovers. The physical contact is a little rough for Jazzy after she gets past the first line of defense and she has to charge in. She's getting to two people. She's going to get stronger next year by her sophomore year, and I think being out ill at the beginning of the year playing USA basketball she didn't really get Coach Johnson's full training, weight gain, and strength. So, but she's going to have so much more help next year. But I want to see her improve in that area. They play Ohio State away. I saw Ohio State. They came to LA last year, so we're going to Ohio State. Mississippi plays South Carolina on Thursday. Mississippi State, right, Farrell? Okay. And CLA. Okay. Big game Sunday. Michigan hosts UCLA. Yeah, UCLA is going to go through they're going to go through kind of like what we went to. I think UCLA is going on their Michigan trip, which is Michigan and Michigan State. And they're going to realize that Michigan State are pretty tough teams. But I still believe that if UCLA comes out on top against Michigan State away games, I believe, because I know we played them at home, so they should have played them at home last year. I believe they did, yeah. So they're playing away, and this is Michigan Wolverines' opportunity to try to go for an upset. And I believe if UCLA gets through these two, you guys like UCLA and UConn are number one and number two. And UCLA is a lot better than they were last year. So everyone's talking, of course, about the usual suspects being at the top, you better look out for UCLA and you better look out for LSU. College game day will be in LSU on Valentine's Day. Oh my God, it is. Oh my gosh, in 2 weeks, you guys. I can't wait. I gotta have my popcorn. I gotta get ready. I'm ready for a movie. Clean, straight game, no chaser. I don't want to hear this or that or this was sick and this one's out and the fight breaks out. Just play ball. Let's just settle this whole whatever once and for all. And let's get ready for tournament. Michigan Wolverines taking on the Bruins at home. Yes, I've got Michigan winning by 3, hopefully. Woo! Chicago, you be making those takes now, and you about to jinx the Bruins now. Michigan can beat UCLA. I'm not that impressed with Michigan. Watching us play them, I was not impressed with them. If we would have had Kennedy, I don't think they can hang with us. But I know that we're a different type of team than UCLA, but UCLA is they're way better than us. So way better than, they're at the top of the Big Ten. It's like them and then others like that. I don't agree with you there. I don't think the Bruins are number 2. I think the Tigers are actually better than the Bruins. We won't know that. You've lost twice to them, and it's the same kids. And what did you add that would make a difference this year? I mean, you've added, LSU's added. Don't get me wrong. You definitely added, but you don't really have the size. You know how to slide. It's the size. Don't sleep on Tennessee. Did you see Tennessee? Yeah, the last couple games, they're asleep. What you mean? Her hockey substitutions got to go. UConn would smoke UCLA by 30. Ooh, and Farrell, I trust your takes, and for you to say that, whew, smoke. You guys ready to hear the AP Top 25? If you haven't, some people may not have been able to pull it up, driving, working, whatever they got going on this morning, and then I'll get back to your comments. So let's go. Top number 1. UConn. Number 2, UCLA. Number 3, South Carolina. Number 4, Texas. Should I give you their rankings, or meaning like UConn 23-0, UCLA 21-1, South Carolina 21-2? You want me to say it like that? I can do it like that. LSU 21-2, number 5. Louisville. None of y'all talking about Louisville. Louisville 21-3. This is where it gets kind of shaky for me. I'm sorry. I don't believe in, I believe in Louisville, but Vanderbilt I don't believe in as much. Although Michaela Blakes is killing it, Passat, and so on and so forth. But I don't believe they have enough to take down. I mean, we'll see. They have a whole month. 6 and 7, Louisville, Vanderbilt. Number 8, Michigan. They went up 1. 19-3, Ohio State. I don't really believe in them like that. 20-3. They went up 2 spots. Iowa dropped 2 spots to number 10. Oklahoma dropped 1 spot, 17-5. I'm not sure what was going on with those kids. It's almost like they need a little bit more brewing time to get up and really, yes, they beat South Carolina. However, could you beat another top SEC team? Are you going to beat LSU? Are you going to beat Texas? I can't really get behind Oklahoma as much, but I'm going to give them credit for where they're at playing in the SEC. Still kind of young to me. And Beers is going to be gone, so they're going to need something to fill her spot. 17-5, Michigan State, impressed. Something about that team. Even with Juju last year, I remember them. They played the same way, same little cheating kind of bully ball that they play away. And they have a star, Grace, I think her name, something like that. And she holds them down. But also Blair, this number 35 on Blair, I was checking out on Michigan State. So they're 12. Ole Miss is 13 at 18-4. They went up 4 spots. TCU dropped 2. As you saw, they lost this weekend against Texas Tech. They're number 14. That's why that middle ground in there, I really felt like the Trojans could be in the midst right there. In middle, they should be in the middle, but you never know. Like, we'll see what's going to happen. Next, Baylor. Baylor's just skating along. Nobody's bothering them. They dropped 1 spot. They're believable, but are they believable type of thing. Let's see. I'm going to stop right here because you guys are talking and I'm not going to be able to see it. We will see. We will see what happened next month. Right. I agree with you on that, Kayla. We have the best bench in the country, which is from Chicago Cheetah. That's LSU. And I'm glad you guys got a chance to show it. Did you see? Did you see Koval get the steal and go coast to coast? Hey now, say now, Koval, you keep doing stuff like that, you gonna help the cause of LSU. Yeah, SEC is beating up on each other basically, while UCLA is not being tested for real. They haven't come into their gauntlet yet, so let's see what happens, bro. This is where, like, we've had that gauntlet. So in the Big Ten. So I need, minus Kennedy when we did it. So they need to have their opportunity, like you're saying. So Chicago said they're fabricated number 2. Okay, all right, you guys. I'm telling you, UCLA is better than what you think. Texas Longhorn versus LSU in the national championship. Calling it now, Hook and Booker. Texas Longhorn and the SEC, I think, yeah, for sure. Well, yeah. Could be for the tournament. Could be, because somebody got to get knocked out. Hook 'em. Y'all, Farrell, Chicago, especially you, Farrell. Hook 'em Booker ain't even trying to see South Carolina in the mix. I don't think Ole Miss is a top team, but middle of the pack. Yeah, they're in the middle of the pack. I said that, right? I mean, they have them at 13, and that's where they was hovering around last year. And then where were they? They weren't even in the Elite 8. I don't get it. I don't think okay, we're going to get swept by the Tigers. Okay, Hookham says LSU got it, got the makings, y'all. Number 16, Kentucky, 18-5. They went up 2 spots. Duke is even in the midst of this. They went up 3 spots. Texas Tech got in there with 18, went up 3 spots. Tennessee dropped 4, as they should. Still young, still crazy, still bipolar. Number 19, West Virginia. Number went up 2 spots. They're at 20. Alabama, sweet home Alabama, went up 3 spots. They're in 21 spot. Playing in the SEC, man, I'm telling you, you get love. You knock somebody off in there. Maryland, I don't believe in them, but they're number 22. They dropped 6 spots. They're dropping as I feel they should. That was a game I was at present. We did not have Kennedy, and I swear, I don't know what it is about the officiating in the Big Ten and what they got against my Trojans. I just don't get it. I let them play ball. It's so crazy, y'all. You should see the little subtle things that they try to get away with, and not letting them play hoops. Like, we're not a hacking team. We're like playing back, but we're getting hacked, called nothing, and they do it, and then they do the weirdest things when our momentum is moving. They come up with false reviews and that stall time that give the other team a chance to figure out what we're doing and cut our momentum. It's just crazy. That's my take. Princeton, number 20. They're 23, but they dropped 4 spots. So obviously they were higher, probably at 19. Washington is just hovering at that Savia Sellers, girl. Savia Sellers, let me tell you, Savia Sellers, Eladine, Avery Howe, they're keeping them in this. And then North Carolina, at 25. Others that are receiving votes, which I agree with, but I do think, as I'm going to read these names, and I want you to listen carefully, I want to hear if you feel like anybody that received votes could have be in the top 25. Georgia got 66 votes. Rhode Island got 26 votes. North Carolina State got 20 votes. Nebraska earned 10 votes. Minnesota earned 9 votes. Illinois earned 6 votes. Oklahoma State earned 5. Syracuse earned 5 to be in the top 25. Iowa State earned 4. Fairfield earned 3. Richmond earned 1, and Southern Cal, otherwise known as USC, earned 1 vote. That is the conversation. That's where we're at. That's how it's going down. Big Ten championship is going to be UCLA and Michigan Wolverines. King Lion is trying to call it. What's up, RC? King Lion is putting the early vote in for that. Ole Miss are in the middle. Yes, Kentucky Wildcats are back. I wish they didn't lose Tiana Kidd, because I think they would make the SEC a whole lot interesting for you guys. Alabama went up 3 spots, but then they got blown out by the Tigers. UConn will blow out the Bruins if they played each other by 30 points. Wow, 30 points. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. Big Ten championship, you believe, will be UCLA and Michigan. TCU is a fraud on fraud watch. SEC champs, South Carolina versus Texas or LSU. But you just said LSU is better than Texas. So what's up here with this? So South Carolina for sure will be in the championship, and then versus what happens if LSU beats South Carolina? And LSU has already beaten Texas, and they'll be playing them again, right? And then they win. So that means LSU could win it. Wouldn't that be a crazy thing? Y'all would not, man. LSU would have the bragging rights for the next month after that. I'm telling you that. Well, next until the tournament. I just watched the game yesterday. They lost to Illinois. Tough L for them. Who did? Who lost to Illinois? I forgot. I'm scared of Illinois. I gotta. If I walk in there like I know the Trojans can, and we beat Illinois, but yet we can't do. I mean, what is it that we gotta do? Why we gonna get to the semis or something in the Big Ten? Hopefully, we get a first round bye. Hopefully, we get back into the top 4 or 5. And that will put us get a bye and not have to play so many games to get to the championship. Georgia Bulldogs should be at 25. Okay, good. I was waiting for someone to have heard what I said when I read it off. So Georgia Bulldogs, you just want that SEC team in there. North Carolina don't belong. Okay. Well, they probably won't. I think North Carolina will play some tough teams in the ACC. So I don't know if they'll be there week 14. So let's see what happens next week. Texas don't lose in Moody Center. Yeah, y'all crazy out. They crazy out there in Texas. They was calling Aaliyah Chavez, that little baby, calling her overrated. I mean, I get booing and stuff like that, but y'all Texas fans was calling her overrated. Jeez, I was kind of jacked up. Somebody really loves Duke. I think so too, RC. At 15-6, which they have been blazing lately, but 6 losses is a little eyesore. I know. I'm thinking dang, somebody really believes in Duke. Is there something I'm missing? Texas will beat LSU. Crump is the difference. Well, nobody listening. Y'all not listening to me. I told you when Crump gets back off of injury, that will be a difference for Texas. And so I want to see if my theory is right, because she had 12 yesterday. But I think what I was saying was I want Aaliyah Crump to come in and add, but I also don't want it to take away from Jordan Lee on the outside, because they need that outside shooting. We know that Madison's the mini monster. So, and then I think Carlton is somebody that people sleep on. And then what I think that game, my opinion, what I think I was waiting for was more to work Oldacre more using Reagan Bears. And they wanted to keep shooting. And that's the problem with Oklahoma. Like they don't use their pieces efficiently enough for me. Like they don't spread the love enough. When they take their time and they spread the love a little bit more between the players that they have, good players out there, what is it? Verhurst, Van. Tell me if I'm wrong. I might be naming other players. Verhurst, Van, Reagan Beers, Chavez. Um, uh, I think you need to. I think you should have went inside it out. I think that team would have been better going inside and out, and let it be the battle of the bigs. Let it be Odaker and Reagan Beers beating up on each other, seeing who's gonna get someone in foul trouble, take advantage, and then work it out for the shooters. Nation Lions speak on it. Aaliyah Crump, when healthy, is a premier game changer. I said that. Absolutely, absolutely. I couldn't wait for her to get back because I didn't get to see her. I didn't get to see her in November in Vegas. I wanted to see her and Preston coming in and out and I just knew Aaliyah Crump. I said, yeah, you keep on talking. But adding Aaliyah Crump is going to widen the margin of their victories that they've been having. LSU will only beat SC if SC's not fully healthy and they need the refs. Well, I was saying Nation Line. I don't want to hear any excuses. I want it to be that I don't want the refs deciding this game because I don't want to hear the only reason that LSU won is because of the refs. And the refs don't like Moki and the refs don't like the Gamecocks. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that either. I think that Dawn gets a little calls. I'll take that back. I think she gets calls. But I don't know if they're deciding factor calls at all. I don't think she gets favored like that. But I think they let some of the traveling, some of the, I think that it's up to the coach to appeal loose ball, out of bound, things like that. SC's going to have to be careful. Trojans. Gamecocks are going to have to be careful with turnovers. If their turnovers are low against LSU, you guys will have a problem. They got to take care of the ball against LSU. ACC is weak this season. Joel was chopping it up with a guy that knows Aaliyah Chavez. He was telling what she needs to do better for her teammates because my Oklahoma got rocked. Yeah, what she needs to do better. We'll have to talk about that next time. You should come up and just give your take on how could Aaliyah Chavez improve her game to help her teammate and herself to win more games. The problem with Kentucky is Brooks don't play his bench. He plays one off the bench, and that's it. To win the SEC, you need a bench. Yeah, I'd agree. I agree. You need a bench. I always say 6, 7, 8, but in the SEC, you might need to go 9. The Tigers are going to sweep the Longhorns. Everybody projecting with these Longhorns. I think the LSU just figured them out, but I don't think that the Tigers have played them with Aaliyah Crump. Texas will destroy LSU in the Moody Center. LSU is going to have to bring their A game to Texas. It's so loud in there. It's so rambunctious. They're so confident at home. It's crazy. If they beat them inside of the Moody Center, as they're saying, then LSU is the truth. King Lion said LSU by 10, Texas by 20. Nation Lions. Wow, Texas by 20. Dang, you expect them to I don't even think LSU has lost by that much this season. Texas Bigs will cook LSU. Okay, so I see we got something going on. I think we got must-see TV on Thursday because I'm getting too many far different takes here. And I don't want no bias. I don't want no biased opinion. I want you guys to tell me in your best basketball hoop opinion and knowledge. Don't give me because I don't like them and something personal about the coach and the way they look and all that dumb shit. Talk basketball. Why do you think that LSU will just fold and crumble in the Moody Center? Leah Crump is just smooth. She is. She's giving my vibes too. That's incredibly high. Hey, I'm already with you. It's so bad. It's so sad that she wasn't healthy. You know what I mean throughout the season, but that happens with freshmen. OU is not a serious team. Nation Alliance, your team sucks. SC uh, lose to Oklahoma, so I don't even know why they lost to Oklahoma. Maybe because it was in Oklahoma. I don't know. And it wasn't like I mean they were. It wasn't until the overtime that SC lost. They were right there in the game, but I think people are concerned is why was the game so close? Why were they able to close the margin? Like you'd get like the Gamecocks would get up 6 or something, and then Oklahoma could storm back easily and close the margin and tie them up, or even pass them up. And that's the problem that like was everybody healthy for the Trojan? And I think Okat wasn't. Tonight was just coming back. So, but see, that's the name of the game. It's, it's a little bit of luck. It's a lot of bit of, is everybody healthy? So it's not like a cut and dry thing where I can tell you who's going to win. Like the only time, like right now, because I've seen Gino with his fake 6-player out injury thing when he's just load managing with UConn. That's the scary part that he's doing pro things, giving them load management, sitting his starters down and bringing in K9 and Adele Zabel, Ali Zabel, and she coming in doing exactly what AZ does, like, and K9 coming in doing, KK wasn't having the best game, wasn't playing her best game, but yet here comes K9 holding it down enough to stomp a team out. The only team I see right now that I would say outright is the contender is UConn. But other than that, all you other teams, I don't have you guys yet in my gut feeling like you could win it. King Lion, you lost to Kentucky and Vanderbilt, dude. Texas Longhorns suck. You suck. Chick, you lose to Nation at Nation, Texas Longhorns. The refs are always in it. And we got to get them out of it. Play clean ball. LSU gets away with dirty plays. Like what, Nation Lions? LSU shoot the second most free throws in the country. SC don't turn the ball over like that. Okay, so you don't think you don't think that they make unforced turnovers? You keep saying Iowa got exposed. See if we're not there yet. I'm gonna say we not there yet. We should not be in nobody's top 10. I don't understand that. The team that I was looking at, it was just weird, like how y'all were playing. Like I could see you got some deadly shooters, Tremolo and all of them, but it's like Hannah Stokey don't have an engine. It's like she'll be cooking up. I'll be seeing her cooking other people that she tried to come with that, but we just took her right out. It was just like we made her play defense. Kara was like, no, guard me. Like, come on, and she's a guard. And she went up against your center or whatever the heck Hannah Stokey is. I'm like, that's not enough. And then I think you got Ava Hayden. Hayden is good as long as she don't shoot 15-footers. But when she puts it down on the ground and she comes charging down, down inside, that's her game. That's what she needs to keep doing. Chit Chat was solid, but she couldn't get off on us, with London or Kennedy Gardner. But she wasn't backing down. She wasn't afraid. She was still just looking to get her team, going. She's just a baby. I love Chit Chat. Gamecocks suck and have no bench. They have no chance. They're gonna get blown out the same way Connecticut did when they played them. Wait, King Lion, when Connecticut played who? I'm sorry. LSU versus UConn. That would be interesting. For the championship game. That would be interesting because if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, anytime that Coach Monkey has been in the finals. She's never lost. And if that's true, then I want you guys to keep that in mind. If Coach Monkey gets to the finals against whoever, she's never lost. So correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm not mistaken, that's how it is. King Lion LSU sucks. They can score without a turnover. But you hot take, if UCLA doesn't win it all this year, Corey Close might resign or retire. Ooh, jeez. No, Corey actually has some international players coming in. She does have some players coming. She is excited about Sienna Betts being healthy and being a centerpiece core for that team. So I don't think Corey's on a chopping block if she doesn't win, because she's taken them further than ever in history of NCAA basketball to the Final Four. So I think what would be great is that she gets to the finals for her resume. LSU dominate the SEC on a 7-game winning streak. Crump is that girl. I think Crump is that girl too. I've been trying to tell you, but I guess when I said it, it was impossible to kind of see because she was injured, and she's a freshman. And the top freshmen were Jazzy and Chavez. So at the moment, I was like, okay. Texas did what LSU did against Oklahoma, Chavez. Make her put the ball on the floor. Chavez is not comfortable going to the basket like yesterday, for example. Better talk that stuff, GJT. Aaliyah skipped to my Lou Chavez. As good as handles as she be dribbling into traffic like mofo, dude. She be dribbling to the basket, but then it'd be like, where's the drop off or where's the finish? Chavez, like, what are we doing? I see you got this and that. Do you got a floater? Do you got a pull up? Do you got to drop to use your players to drop the ball off to? Trojans need to win out. Yeah, that's what I said. Trojans need to win out. Trojans need to beat Ohio State. That would be great. That would be great. I think our biggest challenges are Ohio State and Illinois. Those are our challenges. We're still going to be. I know you guys had asked me a couple of weeks ago, do I think we'll make the tournament? Yes, of course. Of course we will. Of course we will. Of course we will. And we'll be the dark horse. My hope is like get out of the first 2 rounds. That's what in our bracket. That's what I want to do. I want to keep Coach Gottlieb's streak alive with making it to at least the Sweet 16s and stuff like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And depending on how well they're playing, how healthy they are, what's happening all around the country, like, go ahead, like, shock everybody and be in the top 8. Like, we don't have to be in the top 8, like, right now. The most important time to do it is because I think the top 8 is just like anybody. I think it's a race for anybody. I think everything above that is really, those are the contenders. I don't know if anybody's going to break out from under 8 and surprise everybody to get to the 8-4. I don't see someone that just needs an opportunity to showcase like where they are and what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like, Gottlieb has coaching experience where some of them don't, like, to get to Elite Eight. Some of them don't have the coaching experience at the next levels. So, but I think the battle is definitely already set at the top, unless you guys suffer tremendous injuries. I don't know, like somebody takes a big leap, like LSU did. They took a big leap to get back into the conversation. Tennessee Lady Vols could have won against the Huskies. They were in it a little bit. But I think it was really hard to keep a rhythm with the substitutions. I mean, at one point you let K9 go straight down the middle twice with nobody guarding her, breaking your so-called press, which told me the girls were tired. They're tired. Your press isn't working. It worked for a minute, but it ain't working. They're tired. Iowa Hawkeyes are overrated. Overrated. The Huskies media needs to be stopped. Why? Iowa sucks. UConn versus LSU in the national championship. There it is. There it is. What up? Good morning. I'm sorry. I just now seeing Michelle. Hope you're still around. Good morning. Just stopping for a minute. Say hi. Great bounce back. Thank you. Thank you. We're going to be a dark horse, Michelle. Gamecocks are back. Where'd you go? I thought you never left. UCLA will suck next year. They're going to get some players. They have some players coming. They're just not players that you've heard about or they're talking about. You just don't have like a top 6 in a country player. You want a well-balanced team anyway, Trojans have an opportunity essentially to win it out. They can beat Ohio State too. I think they can beat Ohio State, key line, but we got to do it. Texas, South Carolina, USC Trojans will be great next year for sure. Crump is so pretty. Is she pretty, Nation Lion? She's mixed, huh? She's a mixed girl. 3 SEC powerhouses start taking kids from 3 SEC powerhouses start taking kids from California. Like who? I know you got Jersey. Who else is from Cali? My Final Four, UConn. I'm glad you guys like the pool of players that we have in California. Thank you very much. My Final Four, UConn, Texas, South Carolina, and LSU. Ooh, I'd love to see it. Tennessee killed himself against UConn. Oh my God, that's so embarrassing. I had to turn it off. I got sick yesterday. I couldn't even go to the game. I couldn't even come up here. I just watched everything. It was good. I just watched everything from the couch, but I felt like I had flu symptoms coming on yesterday. I haven't been sick, started to feel. I had a flu shot, so I think that kind of fought it off. And I didn't do a lot of things for my immunity, but I could tell that my body was fighting it. And I was just, it could have been worse. So if I don't come up or you don't hear from me, it's could be, say a little prayer because I could not be feeling well. And it takes a lot for me not to be feeling well. SC freshman Alicia Turnabees is just not tall. She be a good one. She's athletic and skilled. She's got a soft touch. She's got a nice touch. I think let's give her a little bit more time. I'd like to see what she looks like next year. And if she's got the toughness and the grit for the SEC, she can be really good at 6'7". She could be. They said that about Camilla. Camilla was okay. Camilla wasn't like Asia and Boston to me. I think she got away with just being big and being tall, but she wasn't that impressive to me. That's just me. Don't shoot the messenger. That's just me. I'm not I get excited for her because I root for her, but I'm not intimidated by her at all. And but I feel like Alicia got more swag. She got more something. She got something to her game, and it's coming. I can't figure out what it might be, but yeah, she gonna get she's gonna have to face my girl Taya Fagan next year. We 6'4", 6'7", 6'4", 6'7", whatever you want to call it, 6'4", 6'6", whatever the girl is gonna have to run the floor because Tay runs the floor and Tay can handle the ball and she can bring the ball up. So we're gonna be it's gonna be really interesting when we come to CLA. I hope to see you guys there because I will be there. God willing, I will be there. Other than that, she better than Cardoso. Okay, I would like to hear someone from South Carolina tell me that because I think so. With the 3-point shot and the queen of the mid-range, also dunking her. I think she's better than Cardoso. But, of course, she hasn't really she hasn't played that many games nationwide. But with my eye test, I think she's going to be better. I straight think she's going to be better. She got more to her bag, So she gonna fit right in. Once the girls figure out how to play with her and let her get off, she gonna be all right. She'll be really good. That's what I think. Yeah, so net rankings are out. AP poll is out. Whatever net rankings mean for you guys. Some people have UCLA, some people have UConn number one in that area. Uh, let's see. Okay, so net rankings. Number one, most updated net rankings. Number one, UConn. Number two, UCLA. Number three, Texas. South Carolina, number four, LSU, number five. This is impressive that LSU is even in this, right? With the so-called narrative of the cupcake schedule. But here they are. Number six, Michigan. Number seven, Louisville. Number eight, Michigan State. Number nine, Vanderbilt. 10, Minnesota. 11, Oklahoma. 12, Iowa. 13, TCU. 14, Duke. Kentucky, 15. Ole Miss, 16. Maryland, 17. Ohio State, 18. Number 19, Tennessee. USC Trojans are 20th. Oregon, 21. North Carolina, 22. West Virginia. North Carolina, 23. West Virginia. North Carolina, 22. Number 24, Nebraska. And number 25, Oklahoma State. Congratulations, SoCal, for making the net rankings. And, I think that's quad one wins and things like that. Quad one, or is it, or is that, they gave the net plus WAB rankings are used by the selection committee. What do y'all agree? What do y'all think about the net rankings? Do you have any thoughts on that? What's your thoughts on that, guys? Let me come back up. Ellis women's basketball ranked scoring offense. Oh, WAB means wins above wins. WNBA WAB rankings means wins above the bubble. It's one of the main team resume metrics used by the NCAA selection committee to evaluate who deserves an at-large bid seating for the NCAA Division I basketball tournament, and they do it in the men. How many more wins does your team have compared to a bubble team playing the exact same schedule? If an average last team into the tournament squad played USC schedule, how many games would they win? Then compare that to how many games did USC actually win. So that's it. WAB means wins above the bubble. LSU women's basketball ranked scoring offense first, bench points first, rebound margins first, points per 100 possessions first, field goals percentage first, second in free throws made, second winning percentage, third field goal percentage defense, fourth in assists. Man, that's a winning. That's a winning ingredient right there. Everything points to what I thought when I saw them on paper. With the additions that they added this year with freshies, portals, and things like that, I was like from the jump, but it was just we couldn't tell. Tessa Johnson is top 10 in 3 points. Top 10. That's nice. LSU has 5 quality wins. I don't care about that stuff. Net is great, but I like what I see on the floor from the teams you just named. But I also have to remember what kind of competition are you playing. Also, I want my team to win the SEC for the 4th straight time. Of course, all of those stats are close between those 3 SEC foes. The Trojans have played a really good schedule. Yes, we have played a very good strength of schedule. Thank you. They are a lot of, and I think that helps us with making sure that we're in the tournament. They're a lot for the tournament now. After the win over Iowa, now is about improving their seeding, which I believe you guys will do in the month of February. Hope so. Kentucky starters that's why I say we're the dark horse, you know what I'm saying? Like to do, what we need to do to not look crazy. I don't want to see us jump like this next year, and here we are, was way down here. Like, we got to do something. We got to continue to build the players that we have there so that when we add players to the mix, we play complete Trojan basketball. And play the style. When I say Trojan basketball, there's a certain style of transition, read and react basketball that we play with the talent that we have. And if everybody plays to their strength, rebound, take care of the ball, less turnovers, knocking down shots, finishing at the rim, and improving our free throws. I would like to see us improve. Like last year we would win, we would hit 14 in a row. Like I need more pride in our free throws. They're a lot for the tournament. After the win, Iowa's about to improve in their seeding, which I believe you guys will do. Okay. Kentucky starters are averaging 30-plus minutes a game. I don't know how that's going to last. Do you think that hurts them or help them down the road? Clarence track play. I think it hurts, especially in the SEC, let alone the tournament. I mean, if you're playing that many minutes right now, like, there's no drop off where you can give your players rest now, and then you want them to go through this gauntlet of SEC. Then you go through the gauntlet of the SEC tournament because Kentucky, not Kenny Brooks, but Kentucky snapped that win streak of the Gamecocks with Ryan Howard, right? Like, you can still do that. Like, people can still win. It's not just guaranteed that one team is going to win out, and that back-to-back tournament play days. That's the difference. It's like, and if you're trying to play people 40 minutes in a back-to-back thing, it's gonna wear down. It's gonna wear. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Juju Watkins. It's gonna wear you down. LSU is a dangerous team. The problem that Maryland is going to have is the injuries. I already know that Maryland's injuries are catching up to them. I thought it was going to catch up to them a lot sooner. I thought it was going to catch up to them when they came to the Galen, but Kennedy wasn't well. But even without her, we were in it to the minute, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's no way this team. I'm looking. Lucci impressed me yesterday. I saw her driving because I criticized her. I was like, you play like Kayla Blake's without a pull-up, without a floater, without getting to the rim and doing a, being able to hit mid-range. Everything can't just be straight transition, straight drive to the basket and hope that nobody's in front of me. Like, where's you step through? Where do you hezzy jerk go, blow, with all that speed? Like you play like a runner, like a track star. Like, you need to, like, where's your and then pull up. Like, so I think I saw her doing that, and I was like, okay, so she got that in her game because I wasn't feeling her as a basketball player. What up, Brazil? So we went over to AP Top 25. Yeah, Brazil's coming in hot. Chavez at this point is not a point guard. She just has the ball a lot. She doesn't play within the structure of the offense, or maybe she does, and it's just I kind of agree. I think I was thinking that, see, Coach Moki and Coach Kim, Coach Moki and Coach Gottlieb are understanding in my opinion, they're doing read and react. They don't really. I know you guys say Jada Rashard is the point, and you do have that, but they understand that really in 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 the tournament and winning the championship, you got to have good guards. Yes, we do have bigs in the country, but that's not SC did not SEC was Gamecocks did not win because they didn't have the guard play. You got to have good guard play. That's the Trojans have good guard have always had good guard play, and LSU. Let's leave the Trojans out of it because we're not even in the conversation. Uh, LSU has good guard play, and if you got four good guard plays on the floor, that can help you win. When you notice Texas adding Crump, adding Rory, adding Jordan, adding Madison Booker, that makes good guard play. When you have, I think Don is trying to figure it out with like a Tessa Raven, Tanaya, and an Agot Maker. The length of Agot Maker is where reason why I think she should be where she's playing when she comes in as a guard. I mean, she's gonna need that Agot Maker, that length, that height, that athleticism. That's what she needs. Guard play. And that's when they lost. You didn't have guard play. You had Paige, you had Chin, and you had Fudd, and you had Shea. Notice there's four guards, four strong, decent guards, right? So the better in that you have, the better off you'll be. Or you got somebody who's a small forward that can handle the ball like a guard. You got Jada, you got Michaela, you got Fla, then you got Sakaya, which I love. Sakaya Johnson doing her thing, right? They can handle the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to have that. And then when she comes out the bench with Lay, she comes out the bench with Bella, like watch what's happening here. Watch that horn that's developing around. And she's not focused on like, that Koval, we're going to feed it to Koval. No, Koval, you get in there and get boards. You get in there, take up space. You get in there, get some, set some mighty screens for the guards. And I think, like, Chavez is, like, floating around like that. Like, maybe she should, maybe she should be an off-guard combo. UCLA does it. We'll have Kiki. Kiki doesn't always stay at the point. Charlize Ledger will come in and Kiki will slide over. Do you think if the Trojans win, like, for the remaining of the season, would they be back in the top 25? Yes. Absolutely, yes. I think so. Because I had read the teams that got votes over us, like Georgia, because I think Georgia should be in the top 25 for a minute. But Georgia has more games to go in the SEC, so that might be hurting them from not getting in there. We found out today who will play in McDonald All-American. Oh, good. Okay, good. I'm waiting for that too. I'm waiting for that McDonald All-American game. Good. I want to see how my baby plays, and I'm sure you want to see how Jersey plays. But I want my girl Sanaya to be MVP. I hope she plays that way. I hope she comes hungry. Oh yeah, what time is that, Nation Lions? Are the Trojans playing the Huskies next season? No, we did. We did our home and away already, and UConn has already signed up to play South Carolina and LSU. Do they want a piece of the Trojans? Because we're gonna knock the shit out of them. You're just coming back with a vengeance. She took notes. She saw what you. Ooh, she took notes. And I don't mean that she's gonna have to do it all and go off, because that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for her to be herself, and everybody rise to the occasion and do their thing. That's what I'm hoping. I want a balanced attack with her just going off. So that's a great question. I heard the Huskies are playing Tennessee, South Carolina, LSU, and Louisville. They asking for it. They tired of you talking about. They tired of us talking about their damn schedule. That's why. They tired of. They don't want none of the Trojans off all that and the Trojans. If they come out smoking, they want Tennessee again. If they come out smoking Tennessee, South Carolina, LSU, and Louisville, and they will beat the Trojans, I ain't seeing shit else. 3 p.m. Eastern. Okay, 3 p.m. Eastern. So, okay, so 12 o'clock on NBA. Okay, hopefully I get NBA today. Oh, Nationline, hit me up in my DMs like you always do. Hit me up somewhere and let me know when it's on so I can catch it. Send a link or something. Gamecocks got good guards. The problem was following the game plan. Ooh. Following the game plan. Wow, that's a good take. They actually didn't follow the. What was the game plan? Were we referring to like playing UConn? Because what was the game plan? Because you had 2 opportunities to learn from us and didn't do any of it. I don't understand that. Like, I just felt like you lacked the guards. I felt like you lacked the IQ to stop them. I didn't understand that. Speaking of LSU, I think the only place the defense isn't solid is at the perimeter. And that might be by design. They were giving up way too many drives to the basket earlier in the season, and they had plugged it up. Yeah, and they plugged it up. Jersey would destroy the Trojans. Oh my God. USC Trojans would love to play UConn. Yeah, I mean, they won. We won. We won, then they won. They won in the Elite Eight, then we won, then they won. So, yeah, we want to get them back for sure. But Jersey will destroy the Trojans. Jersey, she's not that good. She's not even better than Sanaya. She's not better than Juju. She's not better than Jazzy. What do you guys think you got out of Jersey? She's bully ball. Like, what is Jersey? Oh my gosh. Wait, Louisville made it. Yes. That's like no. Wait, hold on. No. Hold on. You said number 5. Did I say? I think I said number 6 for Louisville. They're quietly making noise. Hold up, RC. Why'd you say number 5? I thought I said number 6. No, I think Louisville's number 6, yo. Cause yeah, but they quietly doing their thing though. I like that team. Louisville 6. Louisville says, Chit Chat is nice, but she's almost too nice. No, she's too short. She was just too short for our guards. Chit Chat is a shit. She's solid. She zips some passes through there. That girl can play. She's just not tall. I hate wanting more for Chit Chat is a nice success story for Iowa or Pigment, but I want a powerhouse guard. I think that she's a baby. She's a sophomore, and with that height, she's got to figure. Just like Hannah had to figure it out, she got to figure it out. But I think she's even shorter than Hannah. But for her size and height, good golly. I was trying to say they give up too many threes, and they're living with it to deny the post play. Oh, okay. That's what she's trying to say, Brazil. Sarah Strong's bully ball. Yeah, she kind of bully ballish to me too. Like, but she got the only thing, Farrell, she's got it. She can shoot that outside shot. So, I can't say that. I will never say that she can only do this and she can only do that and she can only do this. I think what people fail to do with her is you give her you give her single coverage. You never double her. You never, triangle and one her. You don't do anything like that to her. And the reason you don't do it is because you know you're going to get killed on the outside. But are you? Let's try that. What's up, ED Learn? What's happening? Hit that subscribe button for me. I appreciate it if you would, please. I'm trying to get more followers, and I appreciate your help. And I'll read your comment for that. It was South Carolina that canceled the 25-26 UConn game. Don didn't want to repeat it last year with a regular season loss, punctured their confidence for rematch in March. I don't know. Would you guys say that Don canceled that because she didn't want to smoke?
Yeah, the Bucks are out there on the phones, Greeny, calling to try to acquire talent, which is both
You came in with a hot take, and I have some Gamecocks in here. I think they would take offense to thinking, if I'm understanding you correctly, that you feel like Don was dodging a bullet from UConn early so that they can prepare for them in March. That I don't think that I think they explained why it wasn't able to happen. So I don't know, but I get you where you're coming from. Like, you didn't want none of that because the way you got your ass kicked twice, that and you may not have figured it out yet. I wouldn't want to play him either. Yeah, Chit Chat's a shorty. She's a shorty. I love her. I saw her in person. I was just like, oh my God, this little mama can play. You know what? If Nell Fortner hadn't left, Nell Fortner had Danny Carnegie, Kara Dunn, Chit Chat Wright, Tony Morgan, and they all I kept saying Georgia Tech needed was another big forward or another a strong center. They were right there on the verge, and I still to this day don't know why she left the game. You know, she's a legend in the game, Nell Fortner. And that's how they all split up. But she had a squad right there. Kara Dunn is amazing. Shout out my Kara Dunn. Kara Dunn is, you guys, she can't be stopped down low when she posts and spins. And her 3-point shooting, yesterday broke a streak of 7 straight games with 20 plus or more. She was guaranteed 20 plus points when she hit the floor. Like, Kara Dunn has raised her stock considerably as a senior, but she's all, she came out smoking at the end of the season last year, especially for Georgia Tech. She can get a 30 ball. It's in her. But Kara Dunn can play basketball. Kara Dunn it's just not enough niceties to say about this player. When I was there with Iowa, when she did that, I told her up close, I said, you had 25 points, 12 rebounds. She said, 12 what? I said, you had 12 rebounds. And she didn't even know. She's just out there playing. She's like, oh. I said, yeah, girl. Keep it up. I love Scarida. She's amazing for the Trojan. Thank God that she realized, like, you are the option. Jazzy wants to be complimenting you, and you help take the pressure off of her. And then Ken Dog is still getting healthier and healthier. She looked good yesterday. I seen she was getting some lift. So Ken Dog is just the glue for our team and does so much for us. Brazil is 5'4". No, Chit Chat is 5'4", guys. Like, but she plays way bigger than that. Like, she's amazing. She's amazing. I love Chit Chat. Dog don't care from playing UConn. Well, she obviously did because she didn't make it happen. And you guys, I mean, I can't even believe you guys kept getting bludgeoned like that. I couldn't believe it. It was like you would fall for everything. You would fall for everything that they were giving you. And I think AZ was a lot better, but even AZ wasn't all that, you guys still couldn't. Maybe AZ was just coming back into her own when she played you the first time. But to go into the championship and you still haven't figured out the game planning to lose by the same amount was just ridiculous. You got any thoughts or comments on the UConn versus Tennessee game tied at halftime and comes out? I think that Coach Caldwell tried to keep up a press that wasn't working. With K9 going down the middle twice, reading it and just taking off down the middle, they were tired. It was like they were ole, ole, ole. It was like their brain wanted to stop her, but they just couldn't. And I think they just ran out of gas on them. But that's how UConn can be. They're just steady as they steady roll you down. But they, where was Talasia Cooper? Like, I don't understand what was going. I don't understand. Like, you couldn't even let them stay in the game. Stop with the substitutions. It's too much. Don't bring all five of them at once. That's my thoughts. I thought they were playing them really well enough to stay a lot closer than that. Aaliyah Crump in a UConn jersey would have been sick. Oh. They play UConn next 2 seasons. Yeah, I was just reading what somebody came in to say, and they've always played. It's not even about them playing next. That's just an excuse. We're talking about this year. It's not even about them playing for the next 2 seasons. They've always played them, but they've always played them in February. I think the difference next season will be that they're playing them earlier, which is a smart thing to do. But it was also smart to play them in February as well because UConn had always been the team that was going to be in the Final Four. A healthy UConn. If they were healthy, they were always going to be in the Final Four. So I just think that we're saying, like, after getting your ass kicked last year by them, why didn't Don schedule? That's what he was saying. He blamed it on Don, which I thought it wasn't. I don't know that it was like the way that I guess I had heard it explained wasn't like she wasn't copping to dodging the bullet or anything. SC's the only team to beat UConn in a natty so far. South Carolina is the only team to beat UConn in a national championship. You're talking about in history? I don't remember that. Okay. Cara Dunn should be Big Ten Player of the Week. Yeah, I hope so. She just grabbing shit off the glass. She been grabbing shit off the glass. Is an awesome player. She's fun to watch. I really enjoy Cara. It's so funny. Like, I just watch her and I'm starting to, like, my eyes always went towards her, but I wasn't sure, like, what her knack was going to be. And then I just felt like she needed to be more aggressive. I felt like she lacked aggressiveness, but I felt like everything what my team was about learning how to play the read and react offense, understanding that it plays to your advantage and it plays to you and your teammates communicating on the floor with your eyes, non-verbally and verbally, and picking your spots and being in your spots, but moving the ball. But I think what Rutgers did smart yesterday was, one, they came with the press, which we eventually figured out and broke. They came with the zone. They still believe that we can't score in the zone, which takes in the zone when you play us. It takes us to allow, like, Laura or Mendez, other than the main shooters, to score when you're open. Malia hit 2 threes. I was really impressed yesterday with Laura Williams getting 11 rebounds, 10 of them in 8 minutes of play. Straight 8 minutes, 10 rebounds. Boom, went to bench. Great. That was like, oh my God, yes. This is what we need. And so when we start seeing production like that from our front court and our in the interior like that, it takes us to the level that we need to be in moving forward for this year and next year. I think the Vols lost the locker room. I don't know if. Here's the thing, Farrell. I think in order for Kim Caldwell's style that she wants to continue to do, which is something that used to be done back in my day, years ago, 70s, if I remember. It's kind of rec style ball. But I think in order for that to work, you got to buy into it. I don't know if that means losing the locker room, but I know that unless you bought into the system, if you think by playing it shitty and embarrassing her by not giving your full effort in it, she's not going to stop doing it until you show her differently, because she's not going to let off. Dawn was the same way. Everybody criticized her with her style of, she got mad in the press conference when they lost to Iowa. Like, we're not going to change our style of play. This is the way. But Don eventually loosened up, and stopped with the uh, Princeton off in 1990s, 80s stuff. Like, stop doing that. Like, you got guards. The guard, in my opinion, the style of play in NCAA women's basketball is more guard heavy and dominant. Tall, lengthy guards that can play 1 through 3. That is the style of where uh, basketball in NCAA women's basketball Division One is headed. That's the style that's where it's headed, and you either get on board or you don't. But then at the same time, you can keep doing what you're doing until this new style of pro style offense takes over and wins a championship, to show that you got to go change with the times. Oh, Drew, I meant to tell you guys, you need to just get back over 500 in the Big Ten Conference. You guys are at 4 or 6, and focus on catching Illinois, Nebraska, or we already played Nebraska and Oregon. Oh, catching them. No, I know. Or see, I know, and we will, because the way it's set up for February for us to do that. But we're already in the bracket. I saw Charlie Cream's bracketology, and where he has us in there playing like Iowa State. I don't know if Louisville was in that one. I think it was something to the effect like Oregon, Iowa State, maybe Fairfield, something to that effect that we could get out of the first 2 rounds. So I hear you on that. And yeah, I had did a whole thing, figured it out. And it was like, yeah, the 500 thing, 6 and 6, going to the tournament, 6 and 6, and then go maybe hopefully get a first round bye in our. I'm talking about Big Ten tournament, by the way. Big Ten tournament. Yeah, and try to yeah. Okay, or you guys are 5 and 6 in conference standings now. If I'm a game off, please forgive me. It's okay. I think you might be off a little. But yeah, I did all that. I did all those what if numbers earlier. But thoughts on Jada Richard? I love Jada Richard. I think Jada Richard has taken a step up from last year. She's, what I love about Jada Richard? Confidence. Sometimes overly confident. She's confident. She's confident in her game. She's so confident in her game that is ridiculous, and I love it for them. So there's no question about where Lay stands on that, and it's not a bad thing where Lay stands, because you gotta have a bitch. And Jada Richard is running this team. She's running it, Jack. Oh yeah, Jada Richard. Let's see. Jada Richard is doing her thing, y'all. What do you guys think about Jada Richard? Val's February schedule. Yep, the Tennessee's February schedule is hard, and that's going to be scary for them. It can either make them or break them. You got to keep your morale up. When we were losing, Jazzy said it. Their morale was never down. They knew. Yeah, we do play Duke, Kara. Yeah. Are you watching the Super Bowl? I will be watching a Super Bowl. My godson, who you've seen on the show, his cousin is Ramondre Stevenson. So he's highly interested in that. And for his sake, yes, I was hoping he's on a camping trip this week, a week-long parentless school camping trip. I did it in my 6th grade year. It was a thing back in San Diego. We did every year, go to the mountain, either in the spring or you can go on fall. And so they're going for a week. So, pray for him. I'm praying for him. These days I just don't like my kids or my god kids or being away from parents, too long. I just don't trust this world right now. But he's in a very, they do it every year, and it's something. They're very close knit, and we trust the administration. So I think that he'll be fine. Some kids back in our day, didn't go, and some did, but this will be good for him because this is a leap. When you do things like this, a leap away from your parents is kind of supposed to set you up, for middle school and just, gaining that autonomy in your life at that age. So he'll be back to watch that Super Bowl. So I know I'll be watching it too. Jew Hannah smashed Dugalich in the throat. Oh, Hannah Stokey smashed, and what's her name? Angela Dugalich in the throat with an elbow shot. After that, Dugalich turned up. Dugalich turned up yesterday and went in the zone. She played her best ball. Hey, B. Will, good morning. She played her best. She played her butt off like she can. She'll go off like that. She's always that in it. She's like a 6-year player or something like that. Dugalich is like, she need to be in the pros by now. Somebody wants and ready to go pro, they better draft good. They will. She's a pro already. That's why they need to win the whole thing. Tennessee Lady Vols are playing SC in Columbia on Sunday on ABC. Well, I'll watch that. I mean, I'm going to watch both. What time do they play on Sunday? Because Super Bowl ain't till later. I like Olivia Olsen more than Swords. I like Olivia more than Swords too. But I love Swords. But Olivia is really I think she fouled out yesterday, but she the engine. She the go gadget, really, for real. She's the aggressive one. That's why I like Olivia. Johnson is Raven is better than Jada. Okay, speak up on that, y'all. Raven is better than Jada Richard. 5-year against a sophomore. Okay. Do you think the Trojans are going to be able to get a top 4 seed in the Big Ten? Ooh, that's close. No, I don't know about top 4. I don't know about top 4. We'd have to be UCLA or something. You know what I'm saying? And I'm never going to stop because it's a rival game. I'm never going to stop saying that we couldn't, pull something off like that. But that's where we were supposed to be. Chicago, we were ranked earlier in the season at 4 or 5. We might get our asses back up to 5, 6, but I'm with you. Like, yeah, I would love to be. I totally see us like a 4th ranked team. But some of those losses, if we play the way I know that we can play, and it's like the light bulb is catching on to them, like our style of offense, and Lindsay knows it, the girls know it, we quietly know it, we know it, we know we can, but it's gonna take a lot. Like, I never doubted us with ever losing against UCLA, even if we weren't favored. Like, I always felt like that rivalry game, you got to understand what it's like. That's one of the biggest rivalries in NCAA women's basketball, and Los Angeles for sure. It's like Bloods and Crips, bro. Like, no, serious. It's Bloods and Crips, straight up. And I hate to compare it to gangs because I don't want to glorify them, but it's straight up. So, yeah, 4 would be nice, but it'd probably take us knocking them off at home on the first. Jada Richard should be Conference Player of the Week. Chicago said is what the Tigers been missing in a point guard. True. Somebody random online yesterday said they would take Kiki Rice ahead of AZ. You don't know, RC. You don't know. Kiki Rice been playing. Oh, shoot. They're playing at the same time as the Super Bowl, huh? Farrell. Well, it depends on how good the game. I mean, first couple of. Just depends on how good the football game is. I'm not even really into football like that. But then again, Tennessee is just going. I don't even see them. I see the Gamecocks struggling with them for maybe a half. but they ain't gonna beat them. But in positive news, Kiki Rice has apparently pushed her draft stock firmly between 4 and 7 in the draft. She should be. It's the way she's playing. I knew when she had that procedure on her shoulders that she was gonna put it together. Hey, Jonathan, I knew this Kiki got that shoulder healthy. She was gonna push herself up there. It was up to her mentally. She's a solid player. Give me Raymond over. Listen, they're gonna have they don't believe in Raven. I don't know why, but Kiki is gonna probably go higher than Raven over Raven over Jada. But give me Dunn over both of them. Straight up, give me Dunn as a big guard. Hell yes. But I don't even know if Kara's cracked into the lottery like that. She needs to be. I wish our fans would come to Polly more to watch us play, Jew. Angela, don't worry about it. Something about that. It's just something about where it's located. It's to get up that 405. Everybody hates that freeway. So don't worry about that. Because one of the things you gotta realize, I tell people, like, Trojan games and UCLA games, important games for the most part are televised. And in Los Angeles, depending on if it's a weekend, sure, you're gonna get attendance. When we play each other, you're gonna get attendance. When top teams come to town for UCLA, you're gonna get attendance. We'll get 7,000 without. We can only hold about 10. Without. We even had that much without Juju this year. We just love watching the Trojans. But when it's on like regular television or Peacock or something that Fox or something that you can get to, sometimes people choose it over going. But I don't think Corey needs to keep. Corey doesn't have a bona fide superstar, somebody that people want to go and look at to watch. She doesn't have that star attraction player, and that's why she's not getting people in there. You guys just have like a balanced attack, and your star was Lorman. She doesn't give off an aura that like I gotta go see Lauren Betts, or do you want to? I want to go see Juju Watkins play. Like there's a difference. Shit, hell, I want to go see Juju sitting on the bench. They're coming to see that. The bench mob. So games on tonight. There's a couple top 25, I think. Wait, I was about to look up something. Where are we at in the Big Ten? Yeah, we're 5-6, like you said. We're 5-6 in the Big Ten. Games on tonight before I wind this up. Let's see. Oh, games on tonight. Yes, there are games. Yes, thank you, Jonathan. Congrats to the Trojans. Oh, man, it was so exciting. You know what it was? You know why it was exciting? And it wasn't just because it was Iowa, but it was because it was Iowa, because I kept hearing all this stuff. Everybody knew, Iowa was on this run. They got these, they got Hannah Stokey was playing great ball. They definitely could shoot the hell out of a three. But they lost Taylor McCabe. I think she was a solid piece for them. I don't know what she was doing with them, for them offensively. But here's the thing. It was more about how we looked. How the with starting London, having, 4 out, 1 in, and having them come down the court, seeing them come down the court together like that with London, Jazzy, Kennedy, Kara, was cold, and how they was running them like and score and just shooting the lights. It was just Trojan basketball. Read and react, transition, defense, rebounding. They was just on it. It was just like they was like on a string. I was loving it. It was just fun to watch. So yeah, thank you. Then they beat Rutgers badly. Yes. And then we lost, it's funny because Rutgers won the first quarter. They scored like 15. And then it was like, Trojans, wake up. What are you doing? Sloppy basketball, bro. Like you only have 5 turnovers against a ranked team, Iowa. And in this one, it was like, went back to this weird stuff. but they were, they were getting hacked and stuff. They were playing us physical. I'll say that. And then we just had to like, we didn't want to have that trap game. We didn't want to. We want to be. Oh, we were up for Iowa, then we just lose to Rutgers. And I love the way that they came back, almost similar to last year. The only difference last year, we held them less than what we. I think we held them less than what they scored last year, or maybe somewhere. I think it was 39 points last year or 42, and but last year with Juju, I think we scored 71, but we took our foot off the pedal at about 4 something minutes, almost 5. And last year we had 91, somewhere around 90 points at their house. And then this year we had like 71. But I think we let off a lot of it. And then so we weren't trying to like we there wasn't nothing she could do last year because it was so much we had. Even if we went to the bench, they still was going to score. So similar to last year. So it was a good win. It was a good win. Honestly, if Jada Bashar wasn't the starting point guard, LSU would probably be. I think they would be. Yeah, cool. Corey Close gonna pull Lisa Bluter after this season. Pull a Lisa Bluter. I don't know about that, RC. Kiki versus Raven. Question. Depends on what you like. For me, Raven has boosted her stock this year. What she's able to do on the defense, you can't really compare to other players in the draft. I take her. Okay, now let's take your opinion out of this. What are the GMs looking for in the top of the draft? Kiki Rice or Raven Johnson? We all agree what you're saying about Raven, but who do you want, Kiki Rice or Raven Johnson? Thinking like they're like a GM would think. Don't get me wrong, I'm a huge proponent of Kiki too. Thank you for being fair and balanced. I think Addie Dillon is going to hit the portal and go to UCLA or California after this season. I believe in Addie. Not sure Coach Shan is the right coach for her, though. We'll see. Yeah, Addie kind of looked lost. Kind of not what I thought. She not giving her an opportunity. She's a Cali girl. You're right. I agree with that. But I don't want to wish the portal for anybody. I don't like when people do that. But you're not saying come here, come there. But I see what you're saying, RC, too. But I don't know. It may be too early to assume. The girl was injured. Apparently, Mox got Kiki going to the sky at 5, where most people would rather see them draft rate. Yeah, people will want to see what they want to see. I don't even know what the sky are even doing right now, or whatever the hell they got going on in life. But so yeah, no, Kiki's above Raven because Kiki has much more to offer offensively. That's why Raven's showcasing. Raven can try to showcase it all she wants, but like consistently, what did it look like? What does it look like? And Kiki was number 2 in her class. So I personally would not be trying to care if Raven is higher in the draft. I think you should care that she goes to a team where she's not looked to immediately impact the team. She needs to go somewhere where like the Aces, where she can eventually take over and fulfill the spot of a Chelsea Gray. That's what you would want for Raven. Forget all that other stuff. You want longevity. Paige is showing her talent on the right. She cooking like Gordon Ramsay. I thought Marina Mayberry. Shout out to Marina Mayberry. 47 points against the Breed in Kyle's hometown. Mayberry said, "This is my city too." Mayberry like cooked her. Like Carter can't play no defense. I don't know what's wrong. Ooh. Raven was number 2 in her class after Fudd. So they're both number 2. They're both number 2. And Kiki was number 2 behind Lauren Betts. Kiki. But why isn't Raven in the conversation where Kiki is at? You can't say it's because UCLA is better. in South Carolina in the last 4 years. So what? What does Kiki have over Raven? Raven to the aces. Raven can run the floor and play D better, but Kiki is no slouch in either area, right? Kiki would be the first option on any team easily. Thank you. Maybe went just nuts. She went ballistic. Speak on it, Jew. I'm speaking on it, and I think that's a better fit. I think you need to send Raven to the Aces. I mean, is she gonna be with her big alumni sis? I think she'd just be perfect over there, and with Coach Becky, and learning behind the point guard, and being ready to take over for the point guard. If she stays healthy, stays on it, continues to improve, um, continue to but the only thing I'm gonna tell you this, Raven needs to be aggressive on her offense because Chelsea can be Chelsea knows when it's time to score. But what Raven brings to defensive, Raven brings on rebounding, Raven brings on floor leadership, she can handle it. Maddie McDonough, but I don't think she can handle running a WNBA team right now, like right away when she steps in. Maddie McDaniel is also a liability on the offensive end right now, so we can agree to disagree. Agree to disagree. Is a liability on the offensive end right now. Agree to disagree about what? Who was talking about Maddie? What are we disagreeing about? As a GM, I'd be looking for a player with most versatility and tangibles. For me, that's Raven. There's not a huge difference. Nah. Kiki's more solid floor leader. She's more solid floor. No, you with it. Nobody's even talking about Raven like that. Becky Hammond don't play rookies, and that's why she should go there. Aaliyah Nye was a minute roller coaster there too, and yeah. But either one of them could run the sky. Anybody can run the sky. Give us Raven. I don't want it for Raven. That's the problem. I don't. Well, you say us. You talking about who's us? The Aces or the Sky? Kyrie. Man, it's only got the second pick and the last pick in the draft. Raven and Jackie Young in the backcourt would be yes. That's what I'm saying. But you already know what pick they got. What pick does the Aces have? Kiki isn't a number one option type player. She's not the best point guard on her team. Ledger Walker, actually, man. Be well, shut it down, bro. Just shut your shit down, bro. I'm not gonna say shit because I don't want to curse at you. Just stop it. Just stop. Just stop. You're not gonna win this. And if you do, shout out to you. Because then Aces don't even have a top pick. Right? So that's why we're saying the Aces. She's not going above Kiki. I want as much as I've seen this girl play in person, 3 games, and I've seen the big ass improvement Raven has made. Like, and I hate to say improvement because I always thought she was it. It ain't happening. I don't know why. It's just not. I mean, I shouldn't say I don't know why, but I want to see that. I can't wait. I don't even know if we're freaking gonna have a draft, but I need to see another mock draft. If they got Raven above her, like I would like to see analytics on both of them, but then also eye tests on both of them. Um, you know, but the crazy thing is, like, potentially as a pro, Raven could be a better pro because we're talking about her having to fit in this system and this player having to fit into this system. But who will step out and go into another system, a pro system, and actually stand out, do well, and adjust to a different type of pro system? Whose game fits the pro better? Whose game fits the pro system better? Ravens game or Kiki's game? She just prefers to be a system player. That's all it is. Exactly. Ledger Walker is rumored to be a second round draft pick talent, Jew. Okay. I consider Ledger Walker to be a poor woman's version of Jason Kidd. Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully, as she continues to get better, like this is her first year after the knee injury, you're going to see the real Ledger Walker, the Washington State Ledger Walker. Badass. Trust me, though. Kiki is high on my list, and I'm not trying to win anything. I'm just expressing it. And you expressed it, and we expressed ours. But you keep pushing it like yours is right. Regardless. And I don't think so. Ledger does it better, but that's all she has over Kiki. Kiki can play 1 and 2. Yes. Ledger Walker, not really. Correct. Kyrie, that's correct. That's my opinion, too. Kiki can play a 1 and a 2. But can Raven play the 1 and a 2? I would love if the links shows Kiki Rice, but they wouldn't pass on our fam, or Lauren Betts or Fudd to do that. Fudd fits over there. Fudd fits over there because of she reminds me of Michaela McBride. She'd be learning behind her. The connection between Paige and Fudd could be dynamic for Dallas just because of chemistry on the court. But it's like Dallas to me needs a Iowa fam or a big body in there. So I don't know if they would choose Fudd, but for Dallas. To a lesser degree, yeah, but Kiki creates her own shot better and will take the game over if needed. Yeah. Like, I'm just disappointed in that. In the Oklahoma game, I wanted that ball to go to Raven. I felt Raven was hot that game. I felt Raven could get to the mid at the, free throw. She would get to that shot a better, and it didn't go to her. And I just don't know why Don didn't do that. It went to Joyce and got out double teamed up and everything and discombobbled, and that's how they went in overtime. Chicago Sky Drive, Kiki, I'm going to have half of the game, but I'm serious. You going to go to the games? That would be cool. That'd be cool. That's not what I'm doing, Juju. I'm just having a conversation mainly with Kyrie, but it's all good. No, you are. And I'm part of it because I agree. I didn't really know where Kyrie was standing on that, except for Kyrie agreed that I said the Aces. I don't think you have a problem with the Aces because you love the Aces. But you being the only one saying that Raven is better than Kiki doesn't make much sense because, like, of all the this is speaking even on WNBA evaluators. So you're saying like it doesn't matter what WNBA evaluators or analytics say? It just doesn't matter. So your opinion is what? Basically, what I'm getting from your opinion is Raven and Kiki are equal in talent. Okay. We're saying that Kiki has an edge. She's more of a combo. She got more height. She can take over games. She can shoot the 3 ball. Like, there's things that, but then I wouldn't trade Ravens defense is stellar, but I just think Raven and Kiki is ahead of her. Go back to the game that they actually did play against each other. Who was doing what in that game with those two? Who impacted that game more when UCLA and South Carolina played one another? Raven, she gave the ball away? When did she give the ball away? She gave it, what do you mean? When against Oklahoma? Was the play drawn up for Raven or drawn up for Joyce? Or who was it even drawn up for? I'm curious. I'm so mad at that. I was like, why didn't you draw the play up for Raven? Like, why didn't she ever, like, Raven always got to come in and clean shit up? Like, why you didn't draw that play up for her? She was hooping. She's a senior. Like, she was the senior, and you got to put that on her. You got to put that game on her. Why does my opinion have to conform what other people think? Why does our opinion have to conform to what you think? That play was Pharaoh. That play was drawn up for Raven? You're kidding me. And she gave it up? Kiki wouldn't have. That final play regularly should have went to Raven or Tessa, period, point blank. No, I should have went to Raven. I'm ready for Raven to take that. I'm ready. Nah, leave Kiki out of the organization. I tank my draft stock to avoid this guy. That's what I was trying to say. So you can give your reasons for Kiki if I give my reason for Raven, I'm trying to change your minds. That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to change your mind. Because it's not, it's not that far off. You're biased. I'm not. Here's the thing. You're biased straight up, because you are a South Carolina fan. So I can't even hold weight to your opinion. I am not biased because I'm neither one of them like that. I probably lean more towards South Carolina just in what I like, but UCLA is better right now. They're better. They might even be better, period. If I were to say today, if UCLA were to play South Carolina, I'm going to lean towards UCLA winning. So your opinion is biased because you're a Carolina fan, and that's why you're sticking with Raven, and I get it. Where I'm more biased towards Raven because I'm more of a fan of Raven than I am of Kiki, but I can't give her that over Kiki. I don't want Kiki right there at Kyrie, but at least I'd see her play with Angel is still there. Or see the ball did go to Raven. It was double screen, and both screens were bad. But Farrell, who's a South Carolina junkie, is saying that Raven gave it up. And then everybody was double because once the ball, anybody that was going to get the ball, rightfully so, was going to be double. Anybody that was going to get it, you were going to be double. Because as soon as it stumbled, it went out of Raven's hands. She made the decision. All Joyce needed to do was throw it because once she threw it this way, the double was coming towards Joyce. Joyce couldn't see. She needed to get it right back to Raven for the three. Just get it right back. Boom, boom, like hot potato. Because she tried to put the ball on the ground. To go where, I don't know. As a Bruin fan, respect of Raven, who would I draft personally ahead of the other? That's tough. I think Kiki she just has the higher upside. Man, give them Brittany Sykes or somebody and get Angel out of there. She can't take Brittany Sykes cannot take Angel. Angel is a 4, like the top position in WNBA. And to me, she's right up there with them girls. She's in the top 5 of the 4s position. Who the heck is going to slide over into that? Like if they would have took Kiki, like I thought, early in the draft, everybody was saying, take Sonia Citron. No, I'm not taking Sonia Citron. You needed something in the gut. You need something in the gut. You need a 4. You need a badass 4. and it gotta be, you should have maybe went out and got Kiki or something. Raven has won us games against Texas in our undefeated season. She won us our game against LSU and the Hoosiers. So why didn't you go with her? But you said simply she got doubled. Shoot over it. Maybe that's the next progression for Raven Jew, taking potential game winners. That's what I wanted to do. I felt like when I was watching her in Vegas, I literally wanted her to the ball to go to her against Texas. I wanted her to take this out, win it, whether winning or didn't. Kiki Rice is mid. Raven is a winner. Yeah, all right, Farrell. they always gonna throw that championship shit in there. You ain't nobody getting drafted because you're part of a championship team. Nobody's getting drafted because of that. Because you're part of a championship team. You know what I'm saying? You got to be impacting your team and winning, I guess. But it just depends on the versatility of you as a player. And Raven has that too. But for whatever reason, her offense, I think her offense is questionable. I think that's what it is. I think her offensive ability in the point guard position might be questionable for some teams, which is unfair. And that's why I want her. That's why, and if you guys are sure that Don was calling it for her, like, if Don looking for a shot, everybody's first thought is Tessa. It's not Raven. Everybody's first thought is Tessa. It's not Raven. Barrow is not watching enough. No, he's not. And it's hard to talk to East Coast people about West Coast ball because I know it. Because in Juju's early years, I heard bullshit like Hannah and whoever, anybody but Juju was the one of a page or something. I mean, I could clearly, if I looked where your profile was from and where you're from, I knew you don't watch West Coast basketball. You couldn't have watched West Coast basketball to put anybody above you. Now it's like, no, wait, Juju, we know she's the best comment player. Oh, we know now. Oh, you know now. Why do you know now? Why didn't you see that coming? Raven is actually doing pretty good on offense this season. I think she's averaging 10 and field goal percentage is 50. Exactly. That's why I wanted her to take the shot. She had a 50% chance of making it. I will watch UCLA on Sunday against Michigan. Okay, good. Do that. Yeah, we know what Raven can do, but when did she start doing it? She just started doing it. That's why people have her in question. I just believe in her. I believe in her. But you can't but Kiki has been that way the whole time. You can't just all of a sudden become that way and then, now she gets to take a step above somebody who's already doing it. Yeah, please watch West Coast basketball before making a comment. Not you, B. Will, but I'm just saying people in general, like, watch West Coast basketball. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, SEC, you have 12 in the top 25. We have 11. And that's not all West Coast, by the way, not West Coast, but our West Coast basketball out of the Big Ten is number 2 in the country, and last year was number 1 in the country, and we started off USC number 3 in the country. Did y'all see TC take that? Yeah. Against Texas Tech. Really needed that win, but something might be wrong with TCU and their ceiling this season. They just got to figure it out. They have to figure it out, and they have to put it together in the tournament, because I don't think they're going to have a chance to necessarily show it through their conference play, because their conference is so weak. Kiki would never have a year like Raven did last year. She's a big question mark still. Kiki Rice is not better than Raven. I find it funny how people automatically place Olivia Miles above Raven. Yeah, no. I don't find it funny. WNBA players, WNBA evaluators Everyone, I mean, they had Olivia. If she would have came out last year, she was second. She's a pure point guard. Like she's pro style. Her game is made for the pros, and that's how they feel about her. They think she's a better point guard than all of them. My bad, Auntie Juju. I mean, Raven is averaging 9.9, but I was right about her field goal percentage, 51. Yeah. What is Kiki average? Kiki and had charisma girl in her way for 2 years. Then Bets come along and they treated her like Asia or something. Yeah. I remember that. That's true. That's true. She was a number one guard in her class. Definitely. When she came out. She's just been solid. But is she though? I don't know. I think that they feel that she is pro material. That Olivia Miles is pro material. I think playing around better players, you're going to see truly the passing skills of Olivia Miles. And then Miles just for so long needed a solid 3 balls, what they wanted to see from her. Charisma can't even stick in the lead. Yep, maybe too short. Might be. I mean, I can't even tell because she's injured. I mean, she need to be doing something like Athletes Unlimited or something. I don't even know what she's doing. Yeah, but I mean, that's why it's gonna shut all my conversation down. Like, and I'll be happy for her. But if Raven is selected, if some team needed Raven above needing Kiki, it's definitely gonna be because of Raven's defense. And do people even get recruited drafted because of defense, which is stupid. I think it should. But nobody cares. Caitlin Clark plays no defense. That's not a knock on Olivia. If you think she's a cone, shit. She plays she just like Caitlin Clark. Raven's a very good floor general of a point guard. She runs the offense well. If Raven wanted to, she could have had 10 assists damn near every game. She needs to, Jonathan. She needs to. She needs a floor general. You need to see the floor and set your teammates up. Make your teammates better. I think Kiki does a good job of that. I think she sacrifices her offense because she has Gianna Nickens, Gabrielle Hodges, Angela Dukalets to pass the ball to. Ledger Walker. She's got people all around her. Kiki would fit on any team. She gets put on Olivia. On the other hand, no. Certain people, I know what you mean by that, Kyrie. Like certain people gotta plug in because they fit just like their piece fits. Like it has to fit right here with this one or that. Whereas some people you can plug them in anywhere and they're gonna thrive. Then she gets upset when the coaches tell her to try her ass off on defense. Who gets upset? Raymond cares more of winning championships, so she sets her teammates up to get involved and get assists. To get involved and get assists as much as to make sure her open for her teammates to score all points to win games. So that's a good quality. If that's what she's doing, that's a great quality for Raven to have. You got to put her on a Minnesota or a Seattle. Who, Kyrie? Make sure you say it so I can repeat it because, I didn't put your comments up in the audience. I'm just reading what you guys are saying, and they're probably right after I said something else. Kiki would fit on any team she puts on. Olivia, on the other hand, no. Okay, like that. Thanks, Kyrie. Then she gets upset when the coaches tell her to try her ass off of defense. You got to put her on a Minnesota or Seattle. Dude, did you hear the news? Yeah, Tamia's going to redshirt. I was waiting for her to say that. It's too late. I was waiting for her to say that. That's going to help. That's going to help Corey a lot. Caitlin gets upset when the coaches tell her to try to play defense. She's probably like, I am playing defense. Tamia Gardner announced that she's redshirting. Yes, got it. I caught that. I did catch that. You asked me a question. Who was playing tonight? Top 25. Auburn, Ole Miss. I'm curious to see what Ole Miss is going to do because Ole Miss trips me out. They'll do something spectacular, and then they'll turn around and drop a game, with a little pressure from Auburn. South Carolina, Texas A&M. This is going to be a blowout. It's so boring. North Carolina and North Carolina State should be, I think, North Carolina State is always going to give you a good game. So that should be good. Oh, I love Olivia Game, but she don't play no defense. That's bad because I'm talking about effort. I feel the same about CC, but you're right. Her defense will likely affect their draft stock. It won't. Oh, you meant Olivia Kyrie, got it. If Minnesota Lynx pick up Raven Johnson, then they're going to be hard to beat. I agree with that. Let her go to something solid. Because, Raven, I want to, well, I guess everybody has a system. I shouldn't say that. I don't know. How do you see Raven on the court running that out like Minnesota? Because, that comes behind like Courtney or something. You think she can, what is it? Courtney, is Natasha Heidemann coming for Courtney? The Minnesota Lynx. Minnesota Lynx pick up Raven Johnson, they're going to be hard to beat. The poll makers are on some damn good drugs putting Ohio State ahead of Michigan. What? What are you talking about, RC? Ohio State is ahead of Michigan. Did I say that? Did I say that? What are you talking? Are they ahead of them? Ohio State just barely hanging on. I mean, Michigan barely hanging on. They don't impress me. Ohio State is not above Michigan. Michigan is number 8. And Ohio State is number 9. Jonathan Lynx. Lynx only got 2 picks in this upcoming draft. Second pick and the last pick of the entire draft. Wow. That's going to be, what are you going to put Raymond in the last pick? Don't do that. The Lynx need a floor general and a facilitator if they want to stay on top. They need a freaking healthy Nafisa Collier. Like, how bad is the ankle? God, dog, break the doggone thing and reconstruct it. No, they're not ahead of them. They're right underneath them. I wonder if they've even played each other yet. They're right underneath them. And both of them to me are on shaky ground with even that. To be honest with you, because Michigan has to play UCLA. But because UCLA is number 2, that might not even move them. And then I wonder if Michigan and Ohio State have played each other. So, yeah, that's the thing. Let's see. That's the thing. Have they, Michigan and Ohio State, have they played each other? That's good. Yeah, Michigan came dangerously close to losing yesterday to Michigan State. I really think that they should have lost, actually. She did have surgery on both ankles. Damn, what's taking so long? Close to. I'm glad to hear that she did because her ankles are bad. They really should have lost to Michigan State. Michigan State was. I mean, they're just built different than Michigan. I think they're built. Technically, if Michigan State wanted to be good, This is their time to do it. In the Big Ten, this is their time to do it. I left Michigan State. Michigan really impressed with Kennedy Blair, number 35. RC, she's a bully. She thinks she's slick. She be throwing her body into players. It's crazy. I was like, and she get that call too. Now, Juju, hear me out. Imagine Minnesota Lynx trading their second round pick to Chicago for Angel in the Lynx draft with the drafting Raven with that fifth round pick. Man, just imagine if Cheryl Reeves had picked Angel in the first damn place for the Minnesota Lynx alongside of Nafisa. Because now when Nafisa's out, you know Angel can play the 4, and you know she's going to eat up down there. But what happens when Nafisa's on the floor? How are we going to do that? You want to, because we know that Nafisa's a stretch for her. So, and then Angel's just now trying to develop, the outside pro style shot, that she's going to need. So how do you get them both on the floor at the same time without a 5? You don't really need a big 5, right? Yeah, they wasted it on Peely, my girl Peely. And I thought Peely was going to do sensational too, being undersized down there, kind of like how I feel Anissa Mora is just, I think she's incredible down there, although she needs to pop in and out as well. But you think Hannah Stokey will go to Reeves, RC? Do you think Hannah Stokey will go there? What do you think Hannah Stokey can fit? I'm curious with her. Is she ready for this next leap? I'm really curious because I feel like she wasn't developed in Iowa fully. I feel like she wasn't fully developed, guys. I think Luz Maria Condolova, however you spell her name, an expansion draft. And who knows if Darka come back. That's why I think they draft Fam or Betts. I think Dallas is going to choose between Fam and Betts. Hannah Stokey's going third round if anywhere. Otherwise, she might not get her name called. Okay. Due to Nafisa with that injury, I think it's best for Nafisa to take one for the team and be back up for Reeves. Ooh. I could see that. It at least help her rest her ankle even more while Angel is the starter. I agree with that. 1,000. 1,000, Jonathan. I agree with that. 1,000. And Cheryl gonna find out how coachable Angel Reese is and how a lovely person that she is. I don't think Minnesota has the enough brand power for her, but she's so much bigger in just her own space of who she is, that she can thrive anywhere. But Chicago, city like Chicago, Los Angeles, New York are more built for, her star power. But at the same time, I don't know, because Minnesota is a basketball state, and they're not flashy, but they got the best basketball players of in college and in the history of basketball come out of played for the Lynx. So it's a lovely franchise. It's a very storied franchise for her to go to. It'd be wise for her to think of it to go there. I mean, historically, like legendary winners in the game of the WNBA. So yeah, I'm for it. Yeah. You don't think she's good at playing the wing? Coming out, she comes out the paint nicely. I agree about Stokey. Ava's already better as a freshman. Unfortunately, if Hannah gets drafted, it'll be for her athletic ability. She'll be a project. Yeah, yeah. And it's like when I see her on the bench, like, and they're losing, and she came out with the fouls against us, right? I just felt like she wasn't angry with herself enough. She wasn't focused. She just kiki and just sitting up like I don't care if we win or lose. And I was like, but her teammate next to her was like really focused, like the blonde girl with the ponytail. She was in there banging, and I was like, I wasn't feeling that from Hannah. She could care less. So something is not right. Something is just not right. I didn't like it. Like you should have been trying to you don't want to take a loss to the Trojan. I mean, you, what up? What up? What up? I do this Lue, right? I always every time you get that product, can you change your name? I get thrown off. What's up? Now she would be a good pickup for a Project B. That's a Project B. That's kind of like a step up though. You will give her $2 million over 70,000 or whatever they're gonna give them 250. Ava Hyden shrunk versus a good center in the first half. She's a baby. You just told me she's a freshman. Yeah, she didn't know what to do. The Lynx took Peely over Angel because they foolishly listened to the media and Angel's haters of her not going to be good in the WNBA. Angel finished second in Rookie of the Year. Yeah, man, that was stupid. That wasn't even. I think Coach Reeve had a lot on her plate, but that's why you have your assistants. And Rebecca Brunson should have been happy to have somebody like Angel because she's similar, and in terms of, except for Angel got more offensive skill than Brunson, assistant coach, who rebounded the hell out of the ball offensively like Angel. So I don't even understand why you would listen to media. Like, call them, talk to them on the phone, get to know them, talk to their prior coaches, talk to other people. Like, that was just crazy. Hyden had a good second half versus Betts, but it's like she was scared of Lauren. Yeah, they're scared. They're scared. As freshmen, I mean, Jazzy, when AZ was all in her face and just harassing her, and I was sitting there in the stand, you could just see it. Like, she was just bullying her. And it's like, you know, think about what's running through Dad's mind a little bit. Like, this is like possibly a number one draft pick. This is AZ Fudd, UConn championship, AZ Fudd, AZ Fudd, the most efficient scorer in basketball, like shooter, threes, this, AZ was like putting it on her, like putting it on everybody. AZ been playing defense, stuff that I was saying that she couldn't do, she been doing. I was like, you know, she dropped some weight. The girl's like, I'm gonna show you guys. And just like every good shooter, she went in a slump. But I started seeing her like trying to score mids, score off the dribble, get to the basket like she can do in transition. Like she's wide open, she get to the basket. She got strong as hell, strong. So you know, it's okay. Your three ball's not falling; it will fall. And she's starting to find it back. I got Tessa Johnson in my top 10 best women's basketball players this season. I don't like Tessa's defense, but I hear you. If Cheryl Reeve don't like playing rookies, she probably would have wasted Angel. Ooh. Oh, Hyden's a sophomore? Okay. Ava Hyden's a sophomore. Oof, okay. And you feel like Cheryl doesn't like to play. Since when is this whole thing? I keep hearing you guys say that she doesn't play rookies. Since when is she doesn't play rookies? Because she used to have the number one, unless you're the number one draft pick. Is that it? If you're the number one draft pick, she'll play. She's a relevant name. Still played for Iowa. CC teammate is there. I can see it. So next year, Lynx need to draft Tessa and bring her back home. Oh, she's from Minnie. That would be good. We will agree. Philly didn't turn out as good as they hoped. She eventually became wasted pick for the Lynx. Might not have been a program, where I don't know where she fits actually, where her style of play. I think that's why her coach picked her up for the Sparks, because nobody could figure out how to play her. and she figures she can help with that. Knowing her because she took her from us from the Trojans and brought her to Utah, and she became a star. So, you know, so I don't know. I got to see what's gonna happen for her because, you know, um, something is there. Something is there, but where it fits, I don't know. Got a really good question for you. Do you think sometimes coaches sacrifice their elite recruits playing time and development to stack up wins? Wow, that's a deep question. You think sometimes coaches sacrifice their elite recruits playing time and development I don't know. I don't think anybody would purposely uh, hurt themselves. I mean, you're hurting yourself doing that. Why would you need to do that? Sometimes we don't know if people are picking up the language, the new language, um, the pro style game. Everything, we don't see everything. We don't see everything in practice. We don't see their work ethic. Do they come early? Do they leave late? Do they put in extra time on their own? Are they catching on to the team, you know, concept of style of play? Like I said, the language. Um, can they keep up? Um, are they putting out, one thing Lynn Roberts said about Sanaa Fagan, even though she didn't get a lot of run, um, um, for the Sparks. She loved Sanaa Fagan from South Carolina because she said she's a good game practice. Like she has a good practice ethic and wants to give her some time, but she just needs more time to develop her. So she's like, I want to develop Sanaa Fagan. And Sanaa going overseas, I think we're going to see more time out of her in the for the Sparks. She's too little for four, too slow to play wing. Literally no place for her in the dub. Mm. But the thing about her, she can shoot that three though. Becky don't play rookie guard. She custom because look who we got there. And I don't think Natalie Nakase really like wants to recruit, you know, young players either. She goes for vets. Yeah, they're not gonna. I don't. Yeah, makes sense. I hope I answered that question. Yeah, because I just feel like nobody wants to purposely. I like Diamond Miller. We were waiting for her to come back. She gave her plenty of options, but Diamond was just reckless all over the place. Like I don't know, fighting. Just like the way she played was just like she's doing too much. But she went over to Dallas. But it's like she be in her own world. Like she not playing within the system. Mox got Gabriella going to Indiana. I can see that. I can see that a lot. I think she should go to Indiana. Hawkes. And I like Gabriella Hawkes. I love Gab. I do. I think she'll take I think she can outplay Lexi Hall. Just mark my words on that. If she really like not afraid to take a vet spot, which she shouldn't be, she can really outplay her. She can really outplay Lexi Hall. She can really do that because because Lexi stays on the court because she be playing hard defense, right? She try to be in the right place at the right time, shaking some stuff up, but then it affects her offense a lot. Her outside shooting is inconsistent, but when it used to be on, it was on. But now I feel like she can't play. When you play for Stephanie White, you're gonna play. You got to play both ends of the court, and it's taken a lot out of them to do that. I was reading some share announced Luther Vandross as a record of the year instead of the song Luther by SZA and Kendra Lamar at the Grammys. That's funny. She's 79. Give her a break, y'all. If I was a GM for the Lynx, I would go with my heart rather than listening to the stupid noise from the media and fake fans and pick Angel Reese. Lynx would probably had one or two championships straight up. Straight up. 100% Juju Diamond was all over the place. She was all over the place. I was a little disappointed in that because I really like Diamond Miller. Like, I remember Diamond Miller Sellers and Angel early on. I just didn't understand what happened to Angel. I wasn't really I didn't really know that Angel was that. I didn't know anything about her high school career and stuff. So when I saw Angel pop up at LSU, and you know, just her personality and just her dog mentality and how she was rebounding and everything, that just sold me right there. Then I got on board. And from then on, I was like, Angel Reese and LSU will win a national championship. And that was when Iowa and um, South Carolina, UConn, everybody was like top dog. And I had put it somewhere on Twitter, but I think I know where it is. I had 2 Twitter accounts. I didn't know, I was new to it, really new to all this stuff. And so I didn't retrieve my password for that account. And it was on, and I created another one. And I think it's stuck in that one because I always want to I want to know how to bring it up and put that I said way early in the season, they will win the national championship, LSU. Nobody clicked like, nobody said nothing. And I was like, no, something about these girls, something about these girls. And I get the same feeling about this year's LSU, the way they click and the way they, the swag and the way that, they are having a ball and they're just excited to play with one another and they gonna go to bat like they ride for one another. That whole thing, that whole chemistry, you know, like that is what makes championship teams. Like that joy. When you play with joy, that's what wins championships. All facts true. You got to walk in that gym when you get drafted, like you, Michael Jordan, fresh off of North Carolina, right? B will maybe Lynx can consider trading P. They did. They're with us trading Peely. Peely's on Sparks. Jonathan, remember? Yeah, they're with us. They're with the Sparks now. She ain't back to Minnesota. She with the Sparks. That's her old high college coach. Her that's what I was saying. Lynn Roberts bailed her out. Yeah, Lynn Roberts saved her. You know, she loves it. I mean, she probably loved her so much that, because she came and helped Lynn Roberts win some games. I think she probably make her like an assistant coach or something. A lot of players don't want to be players. Yeah, the reason I said that they don't want to be stepping on veterans' toes. But one thing I heard Magic Johnson tell the rookies, Cam, Mackenzie Forbes, and Rickea Jackson, he told them when they came to the Sparks, they were with him at in a press box or not VIP box, and he was telling them like, go out there and get you a spot. Don't worry about that. They're veterans. You go out there and take a vet spot. Like that's what you do. That's what he did. It was controversy for him and Norm Nixon. Trust me, it was like we wasn't sure with but he was Magic Johnson. But Norm Nixon was the Lakers point guard. Norm Nixon was Norm Nixon. Grown man. You coming in here, but that's what you do. So what? Big Can the Lynx give Chicago the. I got a person that you want to know what you want to know, but I wouldn't do it. Alana Smith, but Alana Smith played for Chicago Sky, and that would be messed up to send her back there for Angel. But that would be the most logical choice to send Alana Smith and Angel to trade them both like that. But it's not out of punishment to Alana, but you must really feel that Angel is more valuable than Alana Smith. But I think because when I think Alana Smith got the DPO, what did Alana Smith win? She won something last year. So I don't know that you could do that. I don't know that would be the one that you would want to do. But there's another player over there. What was that other woman? It was Alana Smith. Somebody. I'm sorry. It was somebody. I was gonna throw out for you guys, but yeah, but the only logical thing I'm thinking, like that the if I were the Sky, that I would agree to let Angel go is to take if you give me Alana Smith from Minnesota for Angel, then I'll consider it. But ain't nobody checking for fans aren't checking for Alana Smith in Chicago, and she left Chicago, so she obviously gone for a reason. The Sky Brazil is back, so that's my answer. And think about what I'm saying. The Sky's an episode of the Real Housewives of the Front Office. We're gonna find out what's going on with selling up the value of the other owners and that whole thing. I think Angel episode on her show with Teaspoon and what Angel has had, what she got suspended for and everything is poking the bear over there and making people take a closer investigative look into what's really going on. Like if you invested your money, you can't just drop it there and go off and to other investments. And this is a safeguard to get your money back, on the write-off of insurance of losing, not making a profit. But you can't keep doing that. Like you got to pay attention to what's happening over here, with your investment. And because now we see, and this is what used to kill it before I could go pro in my day in college. It's like the men were heavily represented in ownership and the whole 9 yards, and they would ruin it. They would steal money, not pay players, all kind of stuff, and they would ruin it. They would ruin it, and so the league would fold. The league would start. The league would fold. The league would start. It would fold, and so during my time to come out of college, the best option right before they talked about a draft. They were saying it. They were like, we don't know if there's going to be a pro when you come out, things like that, but you can go overseas. So we're always like, is it going to come back? It hadn't been there since a while. I think it was in high school. And yeah, they always ruin it. Like stealing the money and doing crazy things. Maybe the Lynx could give Chicago Sky Jessica Shepard in their second pick for Angel and the fifth pick. Okay. Yeah, but they're so busy right now arguing over who stole what from each other. Are they even paying attention? The only person I'm trading Alana Smith for is Derica with Nafisa out. You're not trying to give up. You ain't trying to give up Alana Smith, are you? You don't think Angel could take it? Is worth. Angel's outspoken, truth be told. A lot of the LSU fans didn't like that about her. I loved it. The LSU fans didn't like that? Really? When their coach is outspoken? She's nothing but what her coach was. And Flage's even worse. Flage be saying too much. What Flage did, she was shooting herself in the foot. I said, why would you mess with the current Olympic coach? Like, you want to be in a future Olympian? Like, shh, quiet. Because and then Michaela outplayed you. Like, it showed that. Anyway, Juju, think about it. It's Louisiana. I am. Somebody need to fill Fee's shoes. Hamby is a great option, and they could play. I think younger Hamby was a great option. You ain't taking my Hamby from the Sparks. Go pick somebody else. Leave Hamby alone. You want Kia Stokes? Go pick another UConn star with Nelson Odada or something. Alexis Morris. You always give Alexa Morris when it was Carson that destroyed you guys. You always give Alexis Morris credit in that championship game. That's cool though. I think just the whole LSU destroyed you guys. Y'all was huffing and puffing. You didn't have a bench. And you thought you were gonna run with LSU with no bench? Why are you laughing at kids though? Oh Lord, you guys are funny. It got to be other players. You guys you're not looking at Seattle's players. You're not. Oh, I guess I was. You're not looking at Phoenix. You're not looking at. There's some hot shots. Uh, wow, she got injured. Trying to think, New York. Or what's coming in. Hey, is that the position that's hard to fill for Nafisa? If LSU had a Jada Rashard instead of HVL back then, she probably locks down Clark. She would have loved to take that assignment. Jada Rashard would have loved to take that assignment. Oh my God, she would have loved it. She would have loved to take that assignment. Jushea Shasesky should have transferred out of Indiana. 0-12 in the conference record, but she's in the top 5 in scoring. Bucks have her as second rounder. Yeah. Shay was kind of, I know when she played us, she couldn't get it off. So that's how I feel is going to happen to her in the pros. But she is number 5 in scoring, but that's just college ball. I think she's going to have a hard time getting her shot off in the pros, but she may be sneaky. She may be sneaky out there. She may be sneaky. She maybe be like, she remind me of Milburn out of Mystics, on the Mystics. Jada Rashard guarding Caitlin Clark as her assignment. Yeah, that would be classic though. How's Watkins' rehab? Is she doing basketball things? Oh yeah. She's doing basketball things. She's doing everything. Yet right now, probably except contact. She's not up to playing contact. Soon as she starts being able to play probably physical contact, it'll be enough. We'll let you know. Like I would say March, something like that, April, physical contact play. But she's doing everything. Can shoot, dribble. She's running. She just picked up Kennedy Smith in the tunnel and swung her around like Kennedy and like swung her around, like picked her up off the ground and Kennedy wrapped her legs. The girl is strong. She's strong. She's been back. She's been like doing a lot of things. So Juju's right on schedule, not like ahead of her schedule. For Juju, it's like it's gonna be she's going through the mental, part of it. Like she definitely will be. It'll be 18 months come November. She's gonna be well past everything, playing full speed, contact, back to training, just back to herself. Definitely, like she's gonna be fine. I'm glad you asked about that. Thank you for asking about that because I should be bringing up how Jews doing. I mean, I see her all the time. Like when I walk in front of her, I could ask her, but she'd probably be like, "I'm good," like that. I told her I was going up north to the Invisalign. She said, "Okay, then, bet." See you there. She's really, really in good spirits. Maggie Dugan is good from Richmond. I hear a lot about Maggie Dugan. I do. Oh man, Jada will give Caitlin problems. Did you see how she was putting it on? Yes, she was all in the shirt. And Caitlin don't even play like Liv McGill. Jada was all in the shirt of Liv McGill. I was tripping. I was like, whoa, 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 what do we got here? What do we got here? Yeah, she reminded me of Dejanay Carrington. Like she was like in the shirt, but better. Like, So yeah. Yeah, I can't wait to see how they're gonna do McGill or Jada Rashard. Like I hope Jada continues to be her and grow and develop in that point guard position. So yeah, so we're in the month of February. It is February 2nd, 2026. We are 12 days out from LSU versus South Carolina. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the month of February for some momentum for the Trojans. I'm looking for the forward to the month of February to see a lot of good SEC play, Big Ten play. We're seeing what's going down over there with Notre Dame up and down. What's going to happen with Coach? I mean, you talk about firing of a coach. Who's on the chopping block? Is Ivy truly on the chopping block? Is Tony Taylor on it? Did they care at Texas A&M to even let her go? What do you think about the Iowa State coach? Is his time up? What do you think about NC State coach? Is he still a great coach? There's no question for me, for anybody who want to ask me about Coach Gottlieb. You got to be a fool to ask me about Coach Gottlieb, or an idiot to think that she's on anybody's chopping block. And I say that with my chest poked out, like that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of a take that Gottlieb would be ever considered on the chopping block for what she's done for the program and where she's going with the program and what she's done with the talent that she has. Lessa Juju Watkins which was never in the equation. So, how about we look at the coach from Louisville? Like, shout out to him for what he's done in terms of with his talent quietly etched his way into sixth spot that no one's talking about. Louisville. I mean, no, I wouldn't say no one, but Louisville is quietly in the top 8. You know what I'm saying? A lot of programs, around the country have taken leaps, and some have taken steps back, and some due to injury, and some not. So, yeah. So I'm looking forward to you guys reminding me about the All-American, McDonald All-American selections. That would be something I'm looking at. I'm anxious to see how that game goes and is played. I can't wait for that. And CBA negotiations are important because I think it's kind of cold, because it's like, with not having a CBA, do we still go through with draft? Like, how do we do this? Like, how do we navigate that? Or will players get to play if they want to cross the striking line? I don't know. Like, it's a whole lot going on in the basketball world. And I will mention, Wednesday, Athletes Unlimited starts their season. Are you going to watch that? And have you been watching Unrivaled? Stay tuned for Unrivaled tonight, Monday night, for some more Unrivaled basketball. I got to say, over 21,000 were in attendance in Philly. Philly turned out. Philly turned up. It looked like that crowd looked amazing. I mean, I was in the Chase Center, and I think we had 18, and it feels so amazing to be in there. It's like electric. You got to be in there with 18 to 20 something thousand fans. That was a great moment for women's basketball in general. So yeah, I want to shut it down now. Let's see. Liv McGill is better than Clark in college. Age will better than Caitlin in the WNBA. You think it will age well? Wow. Wait, did I miss something? Yeah, okay. All right, did. Jada will give Caitlin problem. Did you see how she was? Yes, I did. Jada's aggressive. My fear is that teams will try to take advantage of that aggressiveness and try to foul her out. She has to be smart. Yes. Liv McGill is better than Caitlin Clark in college. Age will better than Caitlin in WNBA. Texas put the defense on us yesterday, Jew. They had Aaliyah and a baby swaddler our game. Did they give her a binky? Brazil, yeah. I lost that win. Blicka blah. We gonna bounce back though. You get an opportunity to play them in Oklahoma. So let's see. Yeah, lost went. Blick a bow. We gonna bounce back. I need the W to start. I'm gonna need my Caitlin fix. I'm wondering like how is Caitlin ready? Like and how who will Stephanie keep on the fever in terms of the guards because they it's always like when you don't have to center your team around just one player, it's fun to have a Juju or a Caitlin, on your team, but it's good when it's balanced ball. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like they have to for Caitlin, it's like they have to change everything to fit her. Like she doesn't know how to step in and then play with what's going on. That's my fear with her. I don't worry about that with Jude. She can step on any court. She's going to be fine. But Caitlin, it's like we have to adjust everything for her. And that's not going to work. Mabry has become one of my favorite players now. She doesn't get showcased enough when she's back in the dub. Right now. I saw that LSU got their first recruit, Lola Lampley. Yeah, there was a battle between the Gamecocks and Kim and Don over Lola Lampley. And nobody talking about Lola Lampley. I don't like that. Y'all got a good one on that one. Has USC signed anyone yet? Sanaya, USC Trojan? Sanaya and Taya, the best international player. U19 and Sanaya Hall, the number one player in high school basketball. So that was what we needed, and we'll probably just need a center. Caitlin was on the NBA NBC last night. Yeah, I heard what Reggie. You know what? I don't understand what the joke was about. I don't understand. I saw her facial expression. She didn't really like that, but I actually understood why that was a compliment. I actually do see Peyton Pritchard out of her. She hasn't done anything worthy to be compared to Reggie Miller. She's not a shoot. She's not Reggie Miller. You could shoot well, but you haven't impacted winning like Reggie Miller. So you're not going to be compared to Reggie Miller. You're a Peyton Pritchard because Peyton can, the assist that he makes, the passes and making everyone better around him, and then he also can shoot. Yeah, you're a Peyton Pritchard. I would give you that. Oh, I think I heard that. Thanks for the reminder. Yeah, so you're welcome. So thank you guys for pulling up. I've been up here a pretty long time. Oh, he called her Luca? Oh, I don't know if she has Luca pace. The only thing I know about Pritchard is that he is cross-eyed. Oh, you guys just talk. Oh, I wasn't talking about looks or anything. I was looking at it from a basketball standpoint. Go check out Brazil, pull up his highlights and come back next time we talk and tell me, do you see the resemblance in style of play? They play just alike from my perspective. And if I'm wrong, let me know. Let me know. But I'm gonna check out. I'm gonna check out now. We're gonna resume soon. I'm gonna check out the games tonight. I think I'll watch a few of them. And then Trojans don't pull up until Thursday. They have to fly out of LA and cross country and pull up. So you troll that guy? I'm a Philly fan and I hate Boston, so I won't troll that guy. Okay. So I won't troll that guy. Does he even still play? But check it out. Yeah, Boston. But check out his style of play, but you got to see it. It cracked me up. When I pulled it up, I was like, oh my God, I see it. I see it. Damn, he pulled it. And Reggie sees a lot of players day in and day out, or night out and day in. Come on now, he's a pro and stuff. Like he knows. And he doesn't mean it. He didn't at all mean anything disrespectful. If he said that, it's because that's where she is right now. Truthfully, everybody lives off of Caitlin's college career and what you think her potential is going to be, but you got to put it together. You're not gonna. If she were to go out with a life-ending injury, you're not gonna say that she's the greatest of all time off of one year in the pros. We're not doing that, Jackie Styles. We're not. but either Boston or Milwaukee, they both wear green. I think it's Boston Celtics. But please look at it because I can't wait to hear what you got to say. I can't wait because I saw it. I saw it immediately when I pulled it up. Immediately I saw it. And I said, I know what he's looking at. It made perfect sense. And I was like, what's so funny? Why is she mad? Because she's not Reggie Miller, Ray Allen, whatever. Anyway, before I say something crazy. Yeah, peace out. We'll holla. Like and subscribe. Tell a friend and tell a friend. See you soon.